Hey guys, this is Jeff up here in Clinton, Wisconsin again. Today I'm going to be going over all the benefits of my stand and my boxes. And the reason why I'm shooting this video is because a lot of people that bought my stands and boxes always ask me a lot of questions, and I shoot videos and then they go to onto YouTube and find the video. I'm going to try to make one video that shows you almost everything and why I do things. And one of the common questions is about the linseed oil that I apply. And oh yeah, today is May 11th, 2011. And linseed oil, let me read you about it, why I use it. This is 100% raw organic cold pressed linseed oil. Penetrates into the wood to prevent moisture and rot. The oil is pressed from the seeds of the flaxseed flower. Now, how much better can that be? You're using a product that comes from a flower and you're applying it on the bee's home. Why give the bee a home, a toxic environment for them to live in? It just doesn't make any sense. And also, when you got paint, you're scraping paint and it's falling onto the earth and polluting our environment too. And also, this linseed oil doesn't hurt you, a human or a bee. And I'm going to show you how I apply it. You only apply it twice a year, and this is how I do it. I just take a wash rag, I cut it in half, it's a cotton one, and just put a little bit of linseed oil on it, and you just wipe it on. Wipe it on the stand. And it's as simple as that. I mean, how much easier it takes you about 3 minutes to go through the whole process of, I got a stand and 3 boxes on here, versus painting and scraping. It makes no sense at all. So I'm going to go over the benefits now of my stand. And this is my stand here. It's all out of 2x8 cedar construction, and then the boxes are pine. And the stand has got a funneling entranceway, so when the bees land, they just funnel right into there. There's no disorientation whatsoever at all. And also, the stand, when people order it, you can order it without the stand, or without the post, or with the post. Without the post, the shipping's a little cheaper because of the weight, but the stand with the post comes on it, and the stand is already tipped at a 1/4 inch to the forward position. And what I do is I put the post in 4 foot into the ground and concrete it into the ground, so this way that stand can never move whatsoever. And also I got straps, loops that hold down the boxes. And also on the back there's a plate that comes a little bit further up in the back that you can screw your first brood box down. But anyways, the stand is off the ground 1 foot, so you can Vaseline and oil that 4x4 post there, so no ants and stuff they can crawl up and they'll get stuck and then they'll die. And also, it's really hard for mice to climb up that post and come underneath it and up and around to get into that front entranceway also. And this here, like I said, it's mounted on a 4x4 post, and up here we got really cold temperatures and the ground tends to shift a lot. So what I did is I got 6 screws. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on each side by the post, and if your ground ever shifts, all you got to do is zip those screws out. 6 on this side, 6 on that side, readjust your stand, zip those 12 screws back in, and you're good to go for another year. There's no messing around with skids or concrete blocks or any of that stuff. And also, I'm going to show you, this is my viewing stand that I show people when they come over. And what I got here is a 5/32 screen on here. And this works out really nice because the pollen drops down into my tray and you can collect it off a pollen tray. And also I don't know if you can see, but up front I've got 2 holes, and what those holes are for is when moisture comes from your boxes and hits this screen, it goes through the screen and hits the tray and runs out the holes, so there's no moisture contained whatsoever. And this is the backstop that I was talking about. This is, you can bring your brood box right back to it, and then you can screw it down for more security. This works out well, especially when you're transporting bees. All you gotta do is zip those 12 screws out, and then have your brood box on there and one strap going around, and zip a couple screws in there, and you're good to go to transport too. So let me go back to the other stand. Got some more things I want to talk to you about. Oh yeah, doesn't this, in my opinion, these stands look so much better than painted boxes. They're decorative. They give the cool color of the yellow and the whitish. That's why people, I think, started with painting boxes, not only to protect them, but to give them the cool white. You use linseed oil on there, and it keeps them yellowish and whitish, and it works out great. So let's get back to this stand. And this is a video I took. This is a 1/2-inch piece of plywood. I got a viewing box on the back that I showed releasing the queen bee. That's on another video that I just uploaded again. But that's usually not on there. That's, you know, like I said, that's just a viewing. And what I have back here is the board that the brood box bumps up to actually has a screen in the back also for ventilation. And so you can cover this partly up for winter time if you want. And this is my pull-out tray. Bringing in a little bit of pollen. And what I do with this pollen tray, I just take a cheap inner cover here, screen one, and I dump the pollen out onto there like that, and sift it around a little bit, and then I can dump it out into a glass jar. And I just put them in little tiny jars like this. You know, you can see the pollen in there. And that's a great benefit for you and the bees. You can use that in the winter time. But and oh yeah, let me get back to this tray. The top tray is a pollen tray, and anything that drops on there we can use. But if the bottom tray, as you can see, is Vaseline and oil. And what this works out really well is if you get a bug on there, an ant or a mite, they'll find their way to the edge of this here. You can see it's open, and this is raised off 1/4 inch from the other tray. It drops down onto here, and then they get caught in the Vaseline and oil, and then they die. So well, all you do is when you take out that, you clean both trays out, you reapply Vaseline and oil to the bottom tray, so you know, collect all the bad bugs. And what I do before I reapply this back on, I'll Vaseline and oil this inner side, so when you put it back on, you got little gaps here, nothing can get by there and work their way through either. It works out really well. And oh yeah, I wanted to show you my top hive feeder. So I'm going to take off the strap here. This is a new hive that I just started last week, and what I'm doing is I feed my bees real honey from last year. And this is a top hive feeder that I came up with, and they've got free flow, and they can come up from the bottom, go all around. It's great ventilation, doesn't stop the airflow. And we use real honey because we believe in the white sugar that people use have got chemicals and bleach in it, and that's a poison to humans and bees. So why not feed them honey, because that's what they go out during the year and get the pollen to make the honey, and then they store up honey in the super boxes up top here, and that's what they use to eat in the wintertime to get them through. So why are we using sugar water that's bleached in chemicals? I have no idea. And what I do is I is I actually mix 3 cups to 1 cup of water, and I put it at a, if I'm using honey from my stuff, I don't boil it at all. But if you're buying honey from somewhere else, I read this great book by Ross Conrad. He's Organic Natural Beekeeping, and the book is actually, I think it's called Natural Beekeeping, and he talks about, you know, if you're using honey for feeding, that make sure you boil it. He recommends at an hour to 2 hours at a boil, and so that works out really well. So this is my top hive feeder, and it works out great. And I think that's all, guys. If you guys want to order any stands or boxes, they all come with 1 treatment of linseed oil on already. And I live in Clinton, Wisconsin, 53525. If you want to stop up here at the shop, just give me a call at 815-403-7042, or go to my website. It's www.BEEZ4LIFE.com. And thanks for watching this video, guys. Have a great day.